average millionaire has 7 streams of income. Well, I got news for you. The average millionaire did not become a millionaire because of 7 streams of income. You have to be really clear about your core values and your core beliefs and the vision that you have for your life. Give money away, donate money to causes. What this does is it creates a cycle of abundance in your world. And I got news for you. The thinking that you have is going to be directly impacted in a significant way by the literature you read. What's going on, Cashflow hackers? Today we are talking about the 13 habits that you need to have to become a millionaire. Now, I'm not a big believer in trying to chase money. If you watch this channel, you know the idea of trying to become a millionaire to me is kind of a laughable topic, because I just don't believe we should be chasing these statuses. I think we need to be chasing a lifestyle and use money as a tool to create our lifestyle. But that said, I think the premise of utilizing money as a tool to create your life is really what it's all about. And these 13 habits are going to help you become who you need to be to live the life that you want to live. And chances are, most likely in the process, you will become a millionaire in the way. And if not, you will even be able to create your life that you'll feel better than a millionaire. You'll be more fulfilled because you'll be living your purpose. And so without further ado, let's get into it. So the first thing that I would suggest everybody do is to read. Now, if you look at the back of every shirt that I make, it says, change your thinking, change your actions, change your life. And when I look at this thing of change your actions, change your thinking, change your actions, change your life, it's because everybody has a life that they want to live. Our life that we live right now and the life that we're after is going to be dictated directly by the actions that we take, and our actions are going to be directly dictated by the thinking we have. And I got news for you, the thinking that you have is going to be directly impacted in a significant way by the literature you read. So whether this is business development books, self-development books, relationship books, communication books, industry books, publications, whatever it is, reading biographies of other successful people, making sure that you have a daily practice of reading has been proven by the most successful people in the world. No matter what they have going on, no matter how little time they have free in the day, they always prioritize reading as part of their day. So the second habit you need to focus on is staying healthy. The old saying goes, health is wealth, and that's so true when we're talking about you being able to create the energy levels that you need, because whether we're talking about your exercise regimen, whether we're talking about what you're doing for your food and your diet, or whether we're talking about your sleeping regimen, it's all about you creating your body into the machine that it needs to be to have the energy so you can perform at high levels. Successful people prioritize their health. And at the end of the day, let's be real, we're on this path of trying to chase financial freedom. And does it make any sense for you to grind your face off and get to the place where you have $1 million and you have the financial freedom and you have the lifestyle that you want outside of your health? And all of a sudden, how many people do you know that have gotten to retirement and they've been financially okay, but then their health wanes and maybe they get cancer and their body starts falling apart on them and they can't enjoy the things in life that they wanted to enjoy and they thought they were going to be able to enjoy? That's a problem. So staying healthy, habit number 2. Habit number 3 is finding the right mentors. Now, I'm not talking about just going out and finding random mentors or anything like that. There's an old adage, one of my first mentors told me, it goes, Chris, success is very simple. Find the people who are living the life that you want to live, that you resonate with, that you can look at their life and you're like, that's what I want. And then just emulate what they do until you have the life that they want or that you want to live. And what that comes down to is, I would say, don't just look at the money, look at their relationships, look at their lifestyle, look at their freedom, look at how they live their day-to-day life and be like, is that what I want? I've seen so many people, once again, it goes back to the fact that it's not about the Ferraris and the cars and the houses and the boats and the private jets and all this stuff. Maybe that's part of the equation for you, maybe it's not. But also look beyond that and get into the relationships, get into the relationships they have with their spouses and their kids and the business colleagues that they have and their friends and their inner circle and all these things. And ask yourself, is that the life that I want to live? And if the answer is yes, then you spend as much time with them as you possibly can and you try. Even if you have to pay for it, don't be afraid to spend money on getting mentorship and getting led. And ideally, find somebody who is in the space that you like, that you're drawn to. I'm in the life insurance space. I coach a lot of life insurance agents. A lot of people come to me for mentorship. Find people who are in your space that are in the position to help you accomplish your goals. Habit number 4, be generous. Give money away. Donate money to causes. What this does is it creates a cycle of abundance in your world. It opens up in this law of reciprocity where when we give without expectation, it allows this energy to open up, so it's going to come back to us. We may not know how it's going to come back to us, and sometimes it comes back to us in ways and forms that we don't expect. But at the end of the day, by you giving and donating, whether it's time and money, without expectation, by you putting that out there, giving to these causes that matter to you, it opens this law of attraction, this law of abundance. And the law of reciprocity is an absolute principle that you can't negotiate with. So by giving and following habit number 4, and by giving money away to things that matter to you, it's going to really help you get to where you want to go. Habit number 5 is kind of similar to having a mentor, but it's a little different. It's spending time with other millionaires. Now, for me, once again, I don't look at it as spending time with other millionaires. I look at it as people that have the life that I want to live, that are on the same path as I am, that have fruit on the tree, that have success in the areas that I put value in. Right now, the one thing I want to caution you on this one is spending other time like this and the people you spend your time with. You have to be really clear about your core values and your core beliefs and the vision that you have for your life. That has to be at the foundation of every decision you make, right? It is the filter you run all your decisions through with the people that you spend your time with, okay? It's not just about the money. It's your core values, your vision, what you want your life to look like. Run that through and ask yourself, are these people in alignment with me on the core values and their core vision and what they want their mission to be? And do they have fruit on the tree? Are they successful? Are they a little bit ahead of me of where I want to be, right? That's ultimately what you want to be doing. And it's okay that as you go through life, that maybe you don't spend as much time with the same people. It's very common. It's happened to me so many times where I've spent periods of time with some people to learn and grow. And then sometimes you outgrow them. It happens a lot. And if you're doing this the right way, you're probably going to outgrow them. It's not that the relationship dies. It's just that you grow to a level where now you need something different, right? And so the time that you spend with them might be there, or maybe they don't keep growing at the same path that you're growing, or maybe life changes and your goals change or whatever. But for different seasons, make sure you're spending time with the people that are going to help you hit that next level. You are going to be the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. That's the reality. So make sure you take that, very seriously, and you're intentional about where you spend that time. Habit number 6 is goal setting and visualization. I'm really big on this one. I love this one. Living life intentionally for excellence is what life stands for in the Life 180. Live intentionally for excellence. And this has to be, you can't be intentional if you don't have a goal. You can't be intentional if you don't know what you're after, right? So goal setting and visualization, we have to think about what we are after. This goes back to being really clear about our core values that we can use to create our vision and know what our purpose is on this earth, and we can reverse engineer a plan to get there. But this is where it gets really important of making sure that we're spending time on a regular basis checking our goals, seeing if they're in alignment with who we are right now. I think too often we go too long and too far without checking in with our own goals, with our own objectives, with is where we are right now where we want to be? Are we on even the right ladder or the right path that we want to be in this very moment in our life? When's the last time you took time to check and really check in with yourself and maybe your spouse? Are you on the path that you want to be right now, right? Maybe it was right when you got married was the last time you guys got together and had an agreement. When's the last time you got with your business partners and checked in on the business and said, hey, when we started the business, this was our vision, this was our path, this is why we're doing what we're doing. When's the last time we checked in? Are we still even having the same goals right now? Have we updated our goals and objectives and visualization? And I tell you what, I was told one time, make your goals and your dreams so big that when you accomplish them, you can't take credit for them. That's a big one, because that's scary, because it's got to be bigger than you think you can do right now. But then what you have to do is you have to break it down and create a business plan in bite-sized increments, because if you go out and you think you have this visualization for something that's so big that you can't do it, well, you got to break it down and be like, all right, how do I eat an elephant? One bite at a time, right? The human brain is only going to allow you to put 100% of effort into something that you believe with 100% certainty you have the potential of being successful with. So make sure that whatever your big visualizations and your big goals are, break it down in small bite-sized chunks that you can eat away at it bit by bit. So that leads me to habit number 7, which is mastering your schedule. An extension of the last habit, we're talking about the fact that you need to manage your time, right? My buddy, Richie Norton, wrote a book called Anti-Time Management, and it's all about if you don't manage your time is going to manage you, and you need to put yourself in a situation where you're aligning your day-to-day and the intentional use of your time, which is the most valuable resource that you have to create the life that you want to live. And that the organization in which we spend our time has to be in alignment with our goals and objectives. And once again, you're probably seeing a habit here, or a pattern form here, about the fact that we need to begin with the end in mind and be really, really clear about what we're doing this for in the first place, right? And so being intentional about that is everything, but managing your time and being intentional about how you spend your day. At the beginning of every day, I wrote a planner called the Life 180 Agent Success Planner. And in there, it goes through and it talks about daily morning routines, mental morning mindset that you want to get ready for the day, talk about your physical health, plan your day out, have a point tracking system for success, have evening reflections, all these different things where you can really be intentional about the things that matter to you most. That's the level of intentionality that you need to live with your day to reach high performance levels. So habit number 8 is waking up early. I know this is hard for a lot of you night owls, but the truth is less is happening in the morning. A lot of times for me, I wake up in the morning, I get a lot of my good work done, my creative work. I am able to wake up, get my exercise in, get on emails. I can write email copy back to people. I get sometimes as I'm writing books, I get a lot of my creative copywriting done. I organize my content, and I do different things that I know I need to get done, that as the day happens, I know this is the kind of stuff that's going to get away from me. So by the time, a lot of times that the world kind of typically gets going around 8 o'clock, I've usually got a couple hours in, right? And I've gotten a lot of work done already. It's like a 25% bonus on productivity for the day just by waking up early. You're going to be amazed if you commit to a process in doing that, and you utilize during that time to also frame out your day and take control of your time like we talked about in habit 7. It's going to be a game changer for you. So habit 9 is going to be a little bit controversial. We're talking about millionaires not having multiple streams of income. I know there's this old statement out there that like the average millionaire has 7 streams of income. Well, I got news for you. The average millionaire did not become a millionaire because of 7 streams of income. What's going to happen is you're going to grow in your capacity to get through things. Rather than focusing on spreading wide, you need to focus on mastery. And when you master something, getting to 7 figures, you shouldn't need more than 1, 2, or 3 max streams of income. I would argue that it's going to be harder for you to hit 7 figures of income and hit that freedom if you're spreading yourself so thin, because you haven't built up the muscle ability and the mental ability to manage all those different tasks and to manage all those different abilities, or those different requirements that come with running all those different businesses. You're going to be spread too thin, and when you try to do too much, you're not going to do any of them with excellence, and that's going to hold you back. What you need to focus on is mastery, is taking 1 or 2 things, maybe 3 on the outside if you're a special person, and you just get better and better and better at that thing. That's when you're going to get to the place where you'll have the level of income that we're talking about to reach the financial freedom that you're after and to become a millionaire. And ultimately, at the end of that, once you hit that level, if you want to, then you will be somebody different. I promise you, by the time you become a millionaire, you're going to be somebody completely different than you are right now. Maybe then you diversify. Maybe then you add other streams of income and you leverage relationships and successes and things like that to do so. But make no mistake about it, doing it too early will be the biggest mistake that you ever make. Habit number 10 is probably my favorite one. Help other people succeed. Zig Ziglar always said, you can have everything in life that you want if you just help enough other people get everything in life that they want. And that is the truth. It's one of the reasons I created this channel. It's one of the reasons I have so much passion for helping people with their money, is the fact that there's nothing more fulfilling. I mean, think about it. Nothing in life is more fulfilling than helping other people. That's where we get our most fulfillment in life, is by contribution to others. And that is not an opinion, by the way. That is a scientific fact. It's been measured that we feel more fulfilled when we contribute to the success and well-being of others. And so helping other people is going to put you in a high vibration state, which is going to put you into a situation where you have the ability to succeed in a level that, by keeping it to yourself and by having a scarcity mindset and just kind of having your own little fiefdom and doing that and thinking from that scarcity mindset, you're thinking in kind of like a red ocean mindset where there is no abundance, and it's kind of like you got to get your piece of the pie. I got news for you. Give the pie away. The pie is big. Just open up more opportunity. The world is your oyster. Just go out and get it, and don't think from a scarcity perspective at all. Always think from a place of abundance. Always think about helping other people, and if you do so, it's whether there's anything in it for you monetarily, it's going to put you at an energetic level that's going to help you get to where you want to be. Habit number 11 is practicing positivity. Now, this is a hard one for some people. When you're going through challenges, being positive about tough situations can be challenging, right? I heard my wife say this the other day when we were having a conversation, is that you can't get to where you want to be when you're angry and not grateful for what you currently have. And that's just an energetic thing, once again, is when you put out anger and disdain and hatred even for the situation and the circumstance that you're in, it's going to be virtually impossible for you to attract in the life and the things that you want to have in your life. So as part of the journey, as part of life, you're going to have challenging things happen to you. You're going to be held down. You're going to have failures. You're going to have tough times, all these different things. But remember, it's not what happens to you. You can either take it and say, all right, this happened to me, or you could say it happened for me. It's not what happens to us. It's how we interpret what happens to us that matters the most. You remaining positive and doing the best you can to find the silver lining in every situation is going to be, it's going to make a world of difference in you having faster success or struggling along. And I promise you, I've seen so many people that struggle with this one little thing. And when you change your mindset, when you change the emotional framework that you have with that, and you can pivot to positivity, it's going to help you accelerate the growth curve that you're on. So habit 12 is making dedicated time to just think and contemplate and be introspective and think about what you're doing, right? Like, dedicate at least a couple hours a week where you just journal, you contemplate, you think about your business, you evaluate your business, you evaluate your relationships, you really go internal about everything that you're doing in life. This is where the best creativity is going to come from. This is where the best thinking and where the best ideas are created. This is where you're going to maybe have some of your biggest epiphanies and aha moments. By making sure you take time and dedicate to your growth and to being intentional about the path that you're on, it's going to increase your success wildly. Every successful person in the world makes sure they take dedicated time so they can be intentional. This is all about the process of being intentional and proactive about what path that you're on, about what you're trying to accomplish, right? You're probably noticing a pattern here once again. If you don't do this, it's almost inevitable that over time, you're going to become reactive in everything that you do. And eventually when you do that, the wheels start falling off. And while you may have had some momentum and traction, you end up losing that momentum and traction because you become inefficient and you put yourself in a situation where as you become reactive, you lose that momentum and you fall down. And so make sure you take time every single week, minimum every week, if not a little bit every single day, to be intentional and to be alone with yourself, go introspective and be thinking about the future. One of the things that I used to talk about is a thing called PDCA, plan, do, check, adjust. Make a plan, do the actions, check the results, and adjust where necessary, right? So going introspective is allowing you to kind of go through that process with everything in life. So I really encourage you to do some sort of process like that for yourself. Finally, habit 13 is don't shy away from criticism. In fact, seek criticism, seek feedback, seek input from other people that you respect. And now I'm not saying listen to all the trolls out there. God knows I get a lot of them, right? I am saying find people that you know and respect and love, and you would take their opinions very seriously, and empower them to give you honest, authentic, open feedback, and don't be defensive. Make sure you take it in, make sure you grow with it. And I promise you, if you do that, if you implement the 13 habits that I just talked about here, not only will you have more financial success, but you'll be more fulfilled along the way, and you'll probably have much faster results than you would following the traditional model. So hopefully you found value in that. If you did, please like this, share it, get it out there. Have a blessed, inspirational day. We'll talk soon. See ya.